You guys have to understand that if you have to be a life coach and a music producer like I am, you understand that it's really, you need to make your music different all the way through, and then you have to also develop a communication skill where you can also be a life coach in the process. I mean, for example, Armin van Buuren, you'll understand that with Armin van Buuren, I mean, he's a music producer, which is amazing. I mean, he can make music, and then also he can also be on the microphone. And I talk about that. Although you have to understand that with my music producing and also I realize also my life, I'm first in life and I'm above all. You have to understand that when I talk about examples, I'll talk about with my eye, because that way I gain more confidence. And the whole point I realize the whole point in life is go build people's confidence in a way that you give them ideas, because when you give them ideas, you also be a life coach in the process. So I realize that many music producers today are only making music and they're not giving you ideas other than music. I mean, they're not going to teach you about business. I mean, they're not going to teach you about life. I mean, they're just going to teach you some music. And that's the downfall of being a music producer, because with I do music, I teach you music, and then I teach you the finance. I teach you the life skills. I teach you the travels. I teach you how to really, I teach you how to really manage your time. I realize I teach you how to business skills. I realize I teach you all skills on the planet, because I'm a life coach as well. So I have music as my vocabulary, although I make sure that what I do on a daily basis is I do music, and I do time management, and I do life coaching, and I do branding photos. So you can see all these nice, beautiful backgrounds. I mean, this is all my business. I just stopped my biological dad's car because I just took advantage of his car here, and I just came to do my beautiful scenery over here. I've got many aspects of life over here where I can do my branding photo shoots. So I plan, how do I do that? I realize that when I do all this, I realize I have to understand that it's I realize it's all building a vocabulary in me to make sure that it's in I over me, because you have to understand it's really I that's important. You have to understand that when I go and do music and life coaching, I do it separately. I make sure that I go do life coaching then. When I do life coaching, then when I understand that I may need to do music, I forget the life coaching and then I just go do music. And then I life coach while I do music. And I also record myself along the way, and I teach people on camera, and I sit for 8 hours on a laptop screen and also on my couch. For example, I just sit on my couch, I don't sit on my laptop. Although I understand that when I record myself in one sitting for 8 hours, and then I just go and make music, because otherwise I realize when I do it 1 hour each, I realize it's a waste of time. I realize that what's not a waste of time is doing it more. So I do everything in my power to make sure that my life coaching and my music production is going to correlate within the times and schedules of my life. So when it's raining, I realize when it's raining outside and there's no time to do street performance, I realize I can go and do my life coaching, and also I can do it inside a room, or I can go and switch and do my life coaching in terms of my music production. So I realize that I can do music production at any time. I can do life coaching at any time. I make my schedule flexible, and that's the whole point. I realize that if you're limiting yourself, I realize it's because you're not doing your time management skills properly, and you're not also doing planning properly. So you have to plan. You have to understand that journaling is everything. So in order for yourself to get out of the 9-to-5 job, you have to give as much information as possible as you can, and realize it's important. You have to understand that information is important. Realize that information is important, and it's a driven technique where you understand that you just have to keep talking, and the more you talk, the better you are. So just keep talking about something and give ideas and give ideas and give ideas about music and about life coaching, and just go and live your life much better. So for example, when I do everything in my life, I realize I do it differently, and I do it differently, and I do it differently, and I never do it the same way. So the whole point of life is giving a story. You give a story, and you make sure that what you're doing every single day is going to be profound in a way that you're going to teach every single step of the way. And remember, guys, that there is no failure when you're giving more information. I promise you that when you're giving more information, you'll always be much more of a leader in a life coach. You have to understand that life coaches give more information about everything. So I realize the more information you give, the better you are. So go and do that every single day.